Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Keto and the Chaos. My name is Tammy, and on this channel, I like to share all my tips and tricks on how I lost 200 pounds without surgery and how you can be successful on your own weight loss journey. So, if that's what you're looking for, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for more videos like this one to inspire you to get started. All right, welcome everybody. As you're coming on in here for this live chat, I hope that you will say hello and wave so that I can say hi back. And if not, I am just gonna start talking, and that's gonna be how it's gonna be. So as you're coming in, don't forget to say hello so that I can acknowledge you. I see a couple people coming in now. I know you guys probably have to watch a video before you can get in here. Let's straighten this up a little bit. If you guys have noticed, my little pretty lights are gone in the back. They died and I haven't replaced them yet, so maybe I'll get some twinkle lights again. I hope so. But yeah. Oh, I see some people popping in and saying hello. Awesome. Melissa Trim, welcome. Karen Rothwell, who is my awesome moderator. And Disney Guru is here. Welcome, welcome. All right. I should have probably told people that I was going live because I always forget to do that. It's actually because I just don't plan ahead enough time to do that. I keep meaning to do Instagram, and Instagram is just not my wheelhouse, and I keep forgetting that people need to be reminded sometimes on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm sorry, I'm not that great at that anymore. I used to be much better at it. Boss Lady Denise is here. Luella Lutzenheiser. I hope I got that right. Luella, what a pretty name. I like that. My daughter-in-law's name is Loretta, and I think it's also a pretty name. And I'm sorry I'm wiggling. My bed is unstable. I need one of those fancy, you can move all you want beds so that, it doesn't move anything else. Yeah. How do I have time? Exactly. I know. Good question. All right. So today's video, basically I'm running out of things to talk about. And every Tuesday when I'm trying to decide what I'm going to talk about each day, I kind of sometimes have a brain cramp and I just can't think of anything because I'm like, I've talked about everything. I've talked about protein. I've talked about fat levels. I've talked about carb levels. I've talked about being fat adapted. I've talked about schedules. I've talked about how to deal with hard things on keto, like, dealing with stress and coping without food. I've talked about macros. I've talked about getting started. I've talked about electrolytes. You name it. I have talked about it on the live chat. And so this morning I thought, wouldn't it be nice to just do how can I help you video where you can ask me your questions and I can talk about that. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background in case you're new, because I see a couple of you that I haven't maybe seen before, and then we'll go right into question and answers. So those of you who are here, I want you to be thinking about something that is like really on your mind about your weight loss journey, about something that you're struggling with, or something that maybe I could help with as a keto coach. I have experience with keto coaching. I have coached people through doing this and had a lot of success with that. And so I kind of want to help whoever happens to be here with whatever you guys need today. So if you're new and you don't really know who I am and you're just looking to get started on your weight loss journey, my name is Tammy, as I mentioned before, and I am basically a mom of 9. I am 45 years old. I have 9 children. My oldest is 24 and my baby is 4 years old. I homeschool. What else do I do? I'm a photographer. I run 2 YouTube channels, and now my 10-year-old is starting her channel, and so technically 3. Oh my gosh, help us now. Do a lot of stuff. We also dance. We are a dance family, and I also do clogging, and I did some ballet the last couple of years. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that this year. A lot of that has happened because of losing the weight. Obviously, I wasn't doing dance when I was almost 400 pounds. So when I began my weight loss journey for the final time, and you know how that means, right? Like, I've been trying to lose weight since I was 10. This is the last time. This is the last time. And so this is my final time. I began my journey this time on January 1st, 2017, so 3.5 years ago, and lost 100 pounds in 8 months. And that's what started me on the YouTube journey, because I wanted to share how I did it and help other people do it for free, because it's easy knowledge and it's available for free, so people should have access to it. And that's why I started the YouTube channel, so that I could talk, because I tried typing away on Facebook all the time and it was just too much. I couldn't explain as easily as we're doing right here, right? So I started the YouTube channel, and my kids had been begging me for YouTube for years, and they thought it was nuts that I finally started a YouTube channel. Anyway, and it has been very successful thanks to all of you, and I'm really grateful to be now in this position where YouTube is my thing. Who would have ever thought that was a thing? I wish I would have done it so much sooner. I would have had so much more fun, and I would have liked to have you guys seen me at almost 400 pounds. I don't have any video of that because obviously I didn't really want to be in front of the camera at that point. So I lost the second 100 by last September. Yeah, September 2019. So it took me about 2 3/4 years or 2 2/3 years to lose 200 pounds. Then the last year, the last 9 months, well, September to May, I was trying to figure out maintenance. I was not super successful. I put on about 20 pounds in that time because I'm just trying to figure out how much to eat of each thing and how to feel satiated and normal and not feel like I'm on a diet, but still say keto and work that out. And so, of course, I'm going to be doing that again soon. I'm much better at losing weight than I am at figuring out how to maintain weight. And so back in June 1st, I started my journey again. Second, third billion time, but not really, just extending it. Started another cut, and this summer I have lost 23 total pounds since May 29th, I think. Did have a little uptick this last weekend, but it's on its way back down, and that's just kind of how the scale goes, so I'm not stressing over that. Anyway, that's where I'm at. So 201 pounds down is my official number at this point, and I have studied a lot about this, but like I said in videos past, I am not a doctor, nutritionist, scientist, or guru. I'm literally just a mom, a lady who lost 200 pounds. But I am good with the gift of gab. I do understand how to do what I did, and I like to teach people about it. And kind of the way I do it is I follow a ketogenic diet, which we've talked about before, so that I can be fat adapted, so that my body runs on fat, including its own body fat. And then I keep a caloric, how do you say that, deficit. So those two things combined, ketosis and a deficit, is how I lose the weight. The way I achieve the deficit is by maintaining a higher level of protein and a moderate level of fat than most people who do keto. So it's a little different than what most people do that you see on YouTube talking about it. Of course, a lot of people have jumped on the high protein bandwagon. So there are more of us doing the higher protein version of keto now than there were before, and there's a lot more talk about it. There's Ted Naiman, who's out there really preaching it, really pushing it. And a lot of people are seeming to get the clue. Now, the main scientists behind it, their YouTube channels tend to be kind of draggy, but they do have them. Adapt Your Life by Dr. Westman is a good one, and also I'm trying to think of what Dr. Finney's is. I think he has one for Virta Health, but I'm not positive. I know he speaks a lot at conferences, so a lot of his videos are conference addresses and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure he has a channel. So check out, just search for Dr. Finney and you should find it. They just put up a live chat this week talking about the ins and outs of basically nutritional ketosis. So all the information that I give came from those doctors. Also Dr. Volek, but he doesn't seem to be on the YouTube spectrum. He's more of a writer. They do have books, The Art and Science of Low Carbohydrate Living, and a new Atkins for New You. I think I have that one right here, actually. Ugh, if I can reach it. So if you're a book kind of person, this is the book that you probably want to get a hold of. Yes, what I do is Atkins. People always ask me that. Isn't what you do Atkins? I'm like, yes, Atkins is also keto. Hate to break it to you. Anything that puts you in ketosis is keto. And yes, I am doing Atkins induction. The difference between old Atkins and new Atkins is that you stay keto. Sorry, I'm sweating. It is hotter than heck in this house. But yeah, that's the difference between the old Atkins of 20-something years past. You would go back on carbs, and the new Atkins, you don't. You just raise your fats in order to achieve your new level of maintenance, which, of course, I have not figured out yet for me. I think it's because I really want the calorie level for maintenance to be super high. And I have a hard time being in that mid zone. I still feel like when I'm in the mid zone, which is probably my maintenance zone, that I'm not getting enough to eat. And so That's kind of why it takes me so long. So my personal macros that I follow are 120 grams of protein, 50 to 80 grams of fat, and under 20 net carbs. And that is how I lose weight. I try and stick in the 60s for my fats. And so 60 to 66 grams tends to be where I'm dropping the pounds right now. It's really, really working for me. Is it easy? Not always. No. It's definitely easier to be satiated on keto when you can eat a lot of dietary fat. But the key to actually burning your body fat is to deprive your body of the fat that at some point, so that it is forced to then use its body fat stores, right? So when you keep that deficit nice and low, you keep the protein level high, you stay full, keeps your muscle mass intact, and then you're able to really lower the calories. Move into the question and answer. I'm going to tell you there are 3 ways for you to get your macros, because people are always asking me that. You know, what are your macros? Well, don't use my macros, okay? You need macros that are set more for you. So there are 3 ways to get them. Number 1, join my Facebook group, Keto Chaos, not the page. Don't just like the page. You need to go to the group, join, answer the 2 questions, and at the top of the group, there is an announcement section that has a pinned post where you can find my Getting Started guide. Also, the group is awesome for support and questions, and I am very active on there. I like to help people as much as possible. So if you want to interact with me, that is a good way to do it, and it's free. So there's that. Join us over on Facebook. If you don't have Facebook, the second way you can get the chart that I give out in my Getting Started guide is, sorry, I thought I turned off the vibration on my phone, but apparently I did not, and I don't know how to do that now. So I apologize for you guys getting buzzed in the head. I keep seeing it going, and I'm like, dang it, forgot something. Anyway, the second way, email me, ketochaos@gmail.com. Ask for the Getting Started guide or the macros chart, and it's right on my phone, so I will send it within just a couple hours. I don't think I've ever gone very many hours before responding to an email. I'm very quick. I keep checking my phone email all day, and I always make sure to send it. And the third and final way of getting your macros, if you want to do what I'm doing, is to use a calculator. Now, don't use any calculators that say, don't use any calculators except for the one that I'm going to tell you, because all of them are going to give you the high fat ratios, okay? Oh, dang it. I'm so sorry about that. Go to www.ketogains.com and use the Keto Gains calculator, okay? If you want to do what I'm doing, that's what you got to do. Now, in order to use the Keto Gains calculator, you're going to need to know your body fat percentage at least to a degree. So the way you're going to get that is you're going to Google the Navy body fat calculator, and you're going to do your measurements and get it that way and plug it into the Navy body fat calculator. If you don't have that and you happen to have a scale that tells you your body fat percentage, like the Renfo scale that I use, if you are curious about that, in most of my videos I have an affiliate link to that scale over on Amazon. But it'll tell you a pretty close approximation of what your body fat percentage is on that scale. Or the third way is you can like look at pictures of people with body fat and try and determine it via pictures. I don't match the pictures of the people that look like the body fat I am. So you can also go get a DEXA scan, which is expensive but fairly accurate, where they scan your whole body and then they tell you what your body fat percentage is. But you do need to know your body fat percentage if you're going to use the Keto Gains calculator, because it's more specific to you as a person. The ones I give out are more like average, and the ones Keto Gains will give you are more personal. So that is how you should get your macros if you want to do what I'm doing and drop weight fast. Now, if you just want to do the regular keto, you're still going to probably lose weight. Keto is a beautiful way to get your body to burn its body fat. If you're in any kind of deficit at all, it should go seamlessly to burning your body fat. That's what makes it so great. It's also very satiating, and that makes it really easy to not overeat. Okay? So it works really well for those reasons. But it is the calorie deficit that causes you to really lose the weight. So you have to find a way to get to that calorie deficit. And when you're lowering your protein so much, trying to get those fats low but keep that nice high keto percentage of dietary fat, you're in danger of losing a lot more than just body fat. You're in danger of really losing your muscle mass and your lean tissue. So be careful if you're doing it that way. It can be done, but I feel like the way that I'm doing it is a lot safer for maintaining lean mass. because you need your lean mass. I'm even building lean mass because you need it to burn the calories. As you lose your lean mass, you're going to burn fewer calories, which is why I think a lot of people who are doing the high fat version of keto kind of get to a and then they don't go any further, and then they're coming to me saying help, and I'm like, flip them. They're like, I eat this much protein, I eat this much fat. Flip them. Most people are eating like 60 grams of protein and 120 grams of fat. Flip it the other way around. 120 grams of protein, 60 grams of fat. You're going to drop the body fat. That is how it is the best way to do it. So, okay, questions time. I talked way longer than I expected to. Sorry, guys. I'm a talker. I can't help it. So, if you guys have questions, I'm going to answer them. Hopefully not sweat to death. Sorry. And I will answer your questions. Oh, hey, Wendy Barron got here. Hey, girl. You guys should go check out her channel, Mama Does Keto. She's awesome. And she has a billion kids like me. Actually, she has way more than me. She has 12. I'm so glad to see you. Stacey Hall, good to see you. Mila! You guys, Mila can do it. You guys should check her channel out. It's spelled MILACANDOIT. She has very few subscribers, but she has been on a weight loss journey as long as me, and she's freaking killing it, and she is very determined. So I appreciate her because she is awesomely determined, and I just love it. She's not necessarily always keto or anything, but she definitely has got the deficit down. Let's see. Kindred Echo is here. Welcome. Oh, thank you. She says I look great in peach. Just my bright color for the day. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's literally day glow. On the video that I'm looking at, it looks kind of muted, which I guess is good for this shirt because it's a little woo. Oh, that's a good idea. Karen says a good video topic would be how to stock your pantry, fridge, and freezer for 2 to 3 weeks of keto foods in case your family needs to isolate. Be prepared. That's a good one. I think I have talked about that a little, but not like a specific. So maybe I will do that video next week. That's a good idea. Thank you. All right. Okay, Faith, Food, and Finances says, hi. So glad I caught you live. I need advice in how not to fall off the keto wagon on the weekend. Okay, so there are several tactics that I suggest for not falling off the wagon anytime. So if you look at any of my videos about what to do on a holiday, it's a similar situation. If you're struggling with specific foods on the weekend, number one thing you got to do is get rid of them. You shouldn't be having anything you are craving, ever. Even when you're in keto. So like my experience last fall was that I got addicted to heavy cream because I could all of a sudden have all the fat, I thought. And no, apparently I couldn't because I gained a ton of weight doing that. And so I had to like take heavy cream out of my purview. I had to take it out of my life for a time in order to get rid of those cravings. It just depends on how long it takes you to get rid of it. You have to figure out what is triggering the eating. So is it something that you're doing, like, are you having movie night? Are you just really bored? Are you craving, like I said, a certain type of food only on the weekend? And find and make plans in the week when you're doing really well. Make plans for what you're going to do in the weekend and get excited about those plans. So if at first you can't deal with deficit on the weekends, my suggestion would be doing 5 days of a really low deficit, so like 60 grams of fat, and then 2 days of higher fat so you feel like it's a treat. That can sometimes help you kind of get into the mode of staying keto, but still eating more on the weekend and less during the week. You can look up keto desserts and treats. I don't necessarily do a lot of keto desserts and treats because I'm lazy to make them. I don't like to make them. It's inconvenient. I buy them. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there, but I think I'm back. Anyway, so I don't do a lot of preparing my own keto desserts, but you definitely could, and taking the time to prepare them might help. You know, you get more invested in them. Me personally, if I'm going to have a treat day, I tend to get keto desserts from the store because that's easy. But I don't do a lot of that. If you are like, I just kind of guess I need to know like what is the specific trigger. You need to identify your triggers, what's causing you to want to eat certain ways, and eliminate them. Find new plans for dealing with them. Does that make sense? I hope that is helpful. I know that Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Keto, she talks about squinting. So that means if there's carby foods in the house for other people in your family, you kind of squint your eyes and you don't see them, right? The crunchy part is like the hardest thing to do. You can also, of course, get cheese chips. So if that's what if you want to go for. I don't really get into the cheese chips. I like to fry my cheese and have it a little bit chewy. I prefer the chewy texture, which is why I always fry my cheese in the morning. All right, so I hope that helps. Cooper's Cats, Pauline is here, and she says, sorry I'm late to the party. I ate 150 grams of salted cashews last night and again tonight. Arg. I'm removing them along with the heavy cream. Yeah, cashews aren't the best choice. Cashews are a lot more carby than most nuts. So if you're going to munch on an ounce of nuts or 150 grams, that's a lot of nuts. Try and stick to a less carby version like almonds. Almonds are a little bit better. Even peanuts, but they can be really inflammatory and they're not technically a nut. But yeah, try to avoid going the cashew route. They are very easy to overeat and they are very high in calories. Same for macadamias, which, you know, are the bomb. But if you eat 150 grams of macadamias, the calorie count on those buggers is high. So be really, really careful. Okay. Lauren Lachelle says, do you drink Soleil water every day? Who knows the answer to that question? Yeah, you haven't been here very long if you don't know how much I drink of Soleil water a day. I drink a minimum of 6 to 8 tablespoons of Soleil water a day. Every day. If I screw up, like I did this last week, I will put on water weight, which that's what happened to me. So I've been very careful this week to make sure that I get at least 6 tablespoons. Because I don't know why, I need more than the average Joe, but I just do. Especially in the summer when you're sweating, you need a lot more. So yes, while you are eating low carb, not just ketogenically, any low carb diet, even celiac diet, like just taking the gluten out, you need to supplement sodium of some kind. Hate to break it to you, but that's like a lifelong thing. Because when you're not eating inflammatory foods, your body does not retain that sodium on it. It just wants to get rid of it. It wants to get rid of all the extra fluid to make your body work better and to make you feel better. But the problem is that with the fluid goes the sodium and the potassium. So you really got to be careful with your electrolytes. And I have like a kabillion videos. So if you just search ketochaos electrolytes or ketochaos sodium or ketochaos salt, I bet you'll find like 10 videos at minimum on that whole subject on how to do it and ways to make it happen. I will tell you one way that I really like, that people tend to really like more than drinking Soleil water, but I don't do all the time just because it's hard to measure, is have rock salt and swallow it like pills. So if in the morning you measure out the amount you need, that you need at least 5,000 milligrams of sodium, so you measure out how much you need, which I think is about 12.5 grams of actual salt. Measure that out, take it with you through the day, and just here and there pop some in your mouth and swallow it with water like a pill. That is the easiest way to get it down if you hate sodium. That is something I wish I would have known in the beginning, because it was harder in the beginning. I was eating salt out of my hand, licking it all the time, which was awkward. If you're going to do it that way, though, Redmond brand real salt is the most flavorful sodium. It tastes the best if you're just going to eat it. Me, I make Solé water out of the Himalayan salt, and I just drink that because it's the fastest way to get everything in. Okay, so yeah, moon cheese, wisps, those are good ones. Watch the calories on those, though. Okay. Lizzie's F87 says, I do way too much cooking and baking, keto, for my husband, and then I end up nibbling too. Okay, well, I mean, if you're only doing that on the weekend, then it's probably not going to damage you too much, but you can get your deficit really low on the weekdays. So 60, if you can get 60 fat, even like 60 to 66, but 60 or lower, like between 50 and 60 even, would be like awesome. You would drop a ton during the weekend, and then you kind of like have a refeed on the weekdays, and then have a refeed on the weekends, and then you'd have something to kind of look forward to. Problem with that is I find if I do it every week, that's all I think about all week is the treats I'm going to have in the weekend. And so I get obsessed and don't like to be obsessed. I don't want food to control me. And so I find that if I can just really get to that nice deficit where I'm comfortable and just keep on going, that I don't think about food all the time. If I find myself thinking about food, I realize I need a refeed day. I know that Keto Cricket has talked to me about that a lot. If I'm really feeling antsy, I think it's my body way of telling me, you've gone too long with this cut. I really need to be, I need some dietary fat. And so I will have one. In July, I had 2 kind of refeed high fat, high calorie days. In June, I had 1. In August, I'm planning to only have 1, but so far I haven't really made a firm plan. Just for this week, I'm not having one. I know that I'm trying to do a week at a time. I've got a few weeks left of this cut, and then I don't know what I'm doing after that, but I will decide when I get there if I'm just going to be like, I'm done, I can't do this anymore, or if I'm going to keep going for another month. We'll see. I've already exceeded my goals, but now that I'm doing so well, I'm kind of like wanting to see how much further I could go, because I really do have a belly. I still just have so much in my belly that needs to go. Like up here, I look good, right? I could just be like, I'm so skinny all the time. And then people see me and they're like, whoa, you got a belly. Yeah, I really, really do. And a lot of it's skin, but there's still quite a bit of fat there as well. Oh, okay. Good question. A good suggestion for salty. You can do pork rinds, chicharrones. Problem with those is that the protein isn't complete, so I don't count it toward my protein goal if I eat them. And the fat level is really high, the calorie level is really high, so you have to be super careful with them. I tend to only have them if I'm having like a refeed day or a treat day. But you just have to be careful and make sure you track it and make sure it fits in the macros. If it was just me, I'd have the same meals every day. Yeah, luckily my husband makes my meals, and we're kind of streamlined now. I mean, he doesn't make all my meals. Obviously, I cook most of the time, and I cook in the morning, but he is the one who makes dinner for the kids, and we now have it streamlined that the kids have one thing and I have the same thing. And so they're kind of lining up now, and it's really working pretty well for me to have. I have like 7 meals that I rotate through. Every once in a while, I'll message him and say, oh, I really want to try something different tonight. Like last night, I wanted to try just grilled chicken breast with sugar-free barbecue sauce and some peppers and onions, and it actually turned out pretty good. And the only thing I couldn't figure out was like what veggie to put with it, so I didn't really have any other veggies other than peppers and onions. So I tend to eat the same things, and I know my husband, I don't know what he eats, to be honest. I have no idea if he makes the same thing as me or if he just eats random things. I don't know. He eats keto, that's all I know. I teased him about that one time and then tested his blood ketones just to see if he was eating carbs, and he wasn't. Or maybe he just wasn't that weak. I don't know. Oh shoot, I'm spinning now, or is that a while ago? I think I have a cruddy connection today. I'm so sorry. No wonder I lost all of you guys. You guys were gone, and here I was talking. You're gonna have to go back and see it all. I hope it's still there. Like, I hope it's not a crappy recording. Dang, that sucks. Well, I'm glad that that's why you guys disappeared, because all of a sudden I was talking to like 8 people and I thought, what happened? Did I say something wrong? All right. Christine Keto On is one of my coaching clients. She says, thank you for inspiring me to be more intentional with my macros, cutting down on sweeteners to see if that makes a difference. Awesome. I hope it does. She's gotten really far in her weight loss journey. She's way further than me, so I feel like she should be teaching me a few things. I love it. I wonder if the internet is busy with Beirut. Who knows? I don't know. The internet, the phone's been doing weird things today, so yeah. Okay, that's a good question. I hope you guys can all still hear me. It seems like there's enough of you here that maybe you can hear me now. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to touch my face because COVID, but I'm sweating. Okay, so Abinchen, oh my gosh. Abinchen H, I hope that's right, says, how to overcome a stall. I've been fluctuating up and down by 3 pounds for the past few months. So the number one thing I will always ask you in a stall is, have you lost inches and have you taken pictures? So is it a true stall where you've had no change? Because sometimes the scale will go up and down, but you'll actually get smaller on your body. So I'm always suggesting to measure every single week in addition to recording your weight to make sure that it's not just a weird like water retention thing or whatever. If it really is a true stall, the second thing I say is to examine your macros. Are you eating the high-fat version of keto? If so, like I said, flip-flop. Do protein higher and fats lower. If you're already doing the high protein version of keto, I always recommend going down 10 more on your fats if you're not already at 50 grams. I don't really like to go below 50. Even if I go below 60, I get really cranky. It seems like 60 to 66 is my sweet spot where I'm not cranky, but I am losing still. But if I were to stall out, I would have to go even lower. The idea is that you need to get a deficit. You need more of a deficit. But at the very least, you need to consume less dietary fat so that you can burn more body fat in order to get that 75% fat that your body needs for keto. So raise your proteins up if you're starving and lower your fats even more is probably the very best way to do it. If you've been eating at a calorie deficit for a really long time and that's the reason, I highly recommend doing a refeed day or a maintenance day where you still keep your carbs under 20, but you raise your calories up a lot to like 1800 or so to try and jog things. Maybe your body just is panicking a little bit and just hanging on to things. And those things seem to be the biggest. But I also say check your electrolytes. If your electrolytes are not managed well, your body is going to retain water and it's not going to be as happy about dropping weight. So make sure you're getting 5,000 milligrams of sodium a day, 2,000 to 3,500 milligrams of potassium a day, 300 to 700 milligrams of magnesium per day. So you need to make sure you're hitting minimums of those. I need like 8,000 milligrams minimum of sodium. Plus I do minimum of 2,000 milligrams potassium. I take a little bit of no salt, a couple grams of no salt in the mornings, and I also supplement with my Solé water. And I take magnesium glycinate, which is good for especially like muscle cramps and stuff like that, or sleep problems. Glycinate works really great. Magnesium glycinate for that, and I take about 625 milligrams a day. So those are my recommendations for stalling. Kindred Echo says, don't forget about walnuts because they're technically zero net carbs. Right. Walnuts are not my favorite thing to just munch on. Pecans and walnuts are both really not my favorite thing to just eat, but they are the best macros for keto. So if I'm like making something that involves like a crust of some kind, I will definitely do pecans because they're way better in the carb ratio and they're really yummy with a dessert. I just answered that question. Muzzer88, what's the best way to get potassium apart from avocado? All green veggies and meats have quite a bit of potassium. So if your potassium levels are low in your tracker, make sure that your entries, especially meats, have potassium included. If you're not using the USDA entries, you might be using an entry where someone didn't include the potassium. So double check and make sure, because pretty much every food has a level of potassium. But another way I do it is I take the no salt in the morning, and the way I do it is I pour a couple of grams, like I got a little shot glass, put it on my scale, I pour in a couple of grams, depends on the day, between 2 and 5, depending on how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling extra crampy or like my electrolytes are off, I'll go a little higher. I don't want to go too high because potassium, you can do overkill on potassium and it can do weird things to your heart. So be careful with it. But I put a couple of grams in the bottom of a cup, and then I add like a little bit of water, like this much in the cup. It's like probably like half an ounce, maybe not even that. And then a squirt of Mio, and I mix it up, and then I shoot it. And it is disgusting. Literally the grossest thing I've ever eaten, and I do it every day. Because to me, it's just like, it's over really quick. I chase it with a cup of water, and then it's done. And I do a lot better. I find that I just feel a lot better when I'm doing a little potassium because I just don't eat enough veg to get enough potassium in. Obviously, a big green salad's going to do great, but I can't eat a big green salad without a big bunch of dressing, and dressing eats up all of my macros for fat. And I don't really want to waste my macros for fat on dressing or drinking MCT oil or anything ridiculous. I want to eat it in my food. So I try and get my fats from cheese and my meats, my protein chips, those kind of things, or my sauces, so that I get flavor rather than just ick. So that's how I do it. But yeah, I hope that helps. Hey, Diane Keating is here. Welcome. Beth the 12 Ann is here. Beth 12 Ann says, I've gained 10 pounds and really do not know why. I'm guessing almonds or nut butters. Yes. Yes. There's your answer. She says She just stays hungry and she doesn't know why. Usually if you're hungry on keto, it's electrolytes. Raise your sodium up a little bit more. You might be craving the nuts because they have sodium in them. So raise your sodium up. If you're feeling hungry, always take some salt first to make sure it's really hungry and not just your body wanting more electrolytes, because you will get genuinely hungry if you're low on sodium. So for me, if you have a keto problem, my answer is always take some salt. If you have any keto problem, electrolytes. That's always the go-to. And it's almost always sodium. Though if you can't sleep, it's usually magnesium. Or if you're having cramping, it's usually potassium. So they all kind of go hand in hand. You got to keep a handle on all of them. But sodium is the one that's easily dismissed because people are afraid of salt. But it's also the one your body will dump. Like, well, that's not always true. Your body dumps potassium first in order to preserve sodium, which is why you get muscle cramps. So if you've gotten to the muscle cramps part, your sodium was too low, you lost your potassium, you're low on everything, and you got to kind of build it back up, and it'll take a few days to build it back up. But that's my number one suggestion. If you're hungry, literally hungry, like your stomach is growling hungry, it's usually sodium. Because other than that, like, your keto is so satiating, and if you have enough body fat, it shouldn't be hungry, because it should just go right into your body fat stores to get the ketones that it needs. Now, if you're getting much thinner like me, your body may need time to adjust. So I know Keto Cricket was talking to me about I needed to reset my metabolism and eat at a higher calorie level, and I did that for a while. I did gain 20 pounds. A lot of it was water. It really probably was only more like 10 real pounds and 10 of water. But I gave myself 9 months of like eating higher calorie, and this summer I'm much more comfortable on a cut than I was last summer. So I don't know if it was something to do with kind of like giving my body a little break, a little reset. So now that you've had a break, maybe from going back into a cut, you might be able to drop it pretty quick. And most likely it's a lot water weight, especially if you've been overdoing it on nuts, because they're very inflammatory. And if you combine the two of having lower electrolytes and eating nuts, basically that's a double whammy for for water retention. So you're going to want to raise your sodium level and reduce your nuts level, and it'll probably get worse before it gets better. So don't be panicking if you all of a sudden put 5 pounds of water weight on when you try and raise your sodium level. That happens because your body's used to retaining it. And so if it's been retaining it, it takes it a minute to go, oh yeah, okay, we got enough, we can dump the water again. And you'll know when you dump the water, because you will literally pee so much, and then like you'll pee everything, and then you still feel like you have to pee more, only like it never goes away for a while. It's the weirdest thing. You will literally just feel like you are dumping water, and if you don't stay like really high on the electrolytes that week, you might get keto flu worse the next week. So be careful when you start to dump that water. Raise your sodium maybe even more just for that week while you're dumping the water, just to make sure. So Soleil water is the easiest way to get it in because it's so fast, and you can get 1,400 milligrams of sodium in 1 tablespoon of it. So if you guys are looking to make Soleil water, just Google it or YouTube it. Ketochaos, even just Soleil water, because I think I'm like number 5 on the list of some of the Soleil water videos, and they're all good. S-O-L-E. It's like soul water with a little thing, but you don't have to add that. If you just type in S-O-L-E water, and it'll come up, and there's a lot of videos on how to make it. But that is the best way to get your sodium in. So I hope that helped you. All right. Now the video and audio are out of sync. I really hope that doesn't look like that when it replays. Dang it. I could turn the Wi-Fi on, but I swear my Wi-Fi is worse. And I'm afraid if I turn it on that like it'll reset my thing. So yeah. All right, let's see. Okay, Beth 12 Ann says, I have no food in my house that is not keto, but the weight gain drives me crazy. Is it okay to eat the perfect keto bars every day? I say no. I don't buy the perfect keto bars. Perfect keto for me is about collagen and, you know, cookies. Let's be honest. Really, the only thing I love about them is cookies. I don't love their bars. I hate to diss them since I'm an affiliate. But if you're gonna eat a bar, eat a Quest bar, that or a Julian Bakery bar. Don't eat a perfect keto bar unless you need it for a treat. It's nuts. Nuts are inflammatory. They're higher in calories. So you're getting way less protein. Also, the protein that's in those bars is mostly collagen protein, and collagen protein is not complete. Thus, it's not the best choice. So I know that, like, I hate talking bad about a company I actually work for, but I only like their cookies and their collagen, and I don't even count their collagen for protein. I just use it for the yum factor and for the skin and hair and nails, hopefully benefit. I don't know that I've seen any benefit. People swear by the benefit, but yeah, anyway, those are the only products I really use of theirs. And I kind of don't like some of their products, so there you go. Now you know, don't eat them every day. Get Quest bars if you really need a bar. Quest bars are really good macros. Julian Bakery bars are even better macros. So if you want to go to julianbakery.com, I wish I was an affiliate for them because, like, I would be eating so many of their bars. But Quest is an easy one to get, like on Amazon. And the Quest bars don't get hard. Like Julian Bakery, if you don't eat them all right away, they tend to get really hard to eat. And when I had braces, I felt like I couldn't eat them because it was like eating hard caramel, like really. Now I don't have braces, so I guess I should go back to eating Julian Bakery bars in the fall when I put bars back into my diet. But I also don't use bars unless I'm trying to maintain, because for me, bars are a treat. And I find that eating clean keto works a lot better. So really the only Quest products I'm using are the shakes and the chips. But I mean, the shakes and the chips have similar stuff to the bars, so I could probably do bars. All right, I hope that helps. I hope that doesn't disappoint you. Thank you if you bought bars through my link. I appreciated getting money this month, and I didn't even do anything, and I didn't even know why. They paid me, and I was like, what happened? I didn't even make a video. So thank you. I appreciate it. That was awesome. Okay, so Budget Keto Mommy says, that's what I was about to ask. When I drink Soleil water, I gain weight every time. That's because your body's used to retaining it, and it's going to take at least a week of having the proper supplementation before it trusts you. So trust me, you will get pudgy. Your ankles will swell for about a week, and then, whew, and if you keep going, it shouldn't happen again. Me, I have my regular water retention thing that I do. But this one last week was because I had gotten low on my sodium and then re-added it in, and my body had been retaining it, and so it freaked out. And it still hasn't quite got back to normal, but today I was 174.8, so it's on its way down. Yay! That is awesome. Oh yeah, if you've been getting headaches, guarantee it's your sodium. 100% guarantee. So just raise your levels up. Even if you're taking the minimum level already, raise it up. Like for me, I don't feel normal unless, like I said, I have 8,000 milligrams minimum of sodium. It's nuts. It's like your body gets used to it and then needs more. I don't know what it is, but like, it's like it flushes it even more than it did before, and it gets used to it, and then you just need to like raise the level. And I never feel like I have a 100% handle on it, and I always end up getting keto flu when I have a water weight whoosh, no matter what I do. Headache, lethargy, weird. My brain doesn't work. Yesterday I couldn't remember words half the day, and that was because I had only taken 3 doses and I need 4, especially in the summer when I'm sweating. 4 doses of 2 tablespoons. It's a lot. I think I already talked about where I feel the most comfortable with your fat macro and still lose weight. 60 to 66 seems to be my sweet spot of grams of fat a day. I don't do percentages. So 60 to 66 grams of fat. Some people have to go into the 50s. Me, if my tracker says in 58, like yesterday, my tracker said 58 off my dinner, and I made Dave give me 3 tablespoons of sour cream to dip my Quest chips in because I just can't. My brain won't let me go into the 50s. I don't want to go there. You can, but my brain doesn't want to. My brain's fighting it hard, so I didn't. Okay. Let's see. I hate Quest bars. I know. She says they gag her. That's Wendy Barron, Mama Does Keto. The Julian Bakery bar, that is the best one. It has only 1 net carb per bar, and they are the sweet cream bars, and they do taste kind of like a bit of honey. And they have that same kind of bit of honey texture. So try them. I haven't had them in so long. Maybe I should get me some. They are really tasty. I like them a lot. The texture is way better than a Quest bar. And I have to admit, I used to hate Quest bars, like with a passion. I tried multiple kinds, and all of a sudden, I just liked them. Keto is so weird. Your taste buds change so much. And I have to say that, like, I like Quest bars so much that I often am thinking about those new lemon, like, I think it's lemon something cake or something, ones that they just came out with. I keep thinking about those. Like, I need to get one. Every time I have a treat day, I'm like, Dave, go see if they have those Quest bars. But they don't. I'm going to have to buy them on, like, online. But I don't want a whole box. Because, you know, if I'm craving them, probably I'll eat them all. Let's not go down that road. So, yeah, I don't want to go down that road. Since I'm craving it, I should probably not have it. But, yeah. Let's see. Wendy Barron says, I need a lot of Soleil too. Like, sometimes I scare myself with how much I want. Yeah, and Dr. Finney has said, like, don't go above 16,000 milligrams of sodium. I've totally done that. Like, a lot. So, I don't know if he just says that. But nothing bad ever happened to me, but, you know, I don't recommend it. But I also don't say, like, don't be afraid of it. Like, if you feel like you need it, you just listen to your body. Like, if your body still feels weird and keto fluish, it probably just keeps flushing it out. So even if you eat that much, you're probably not getting that much. But what do I know? Like I said, I'm not a scientist, not a doctor. I just do what works for me. All right. Quest bars in the mini waffle maker are like a soft baked cookie. What? Stop it right now. I cannot. Oh my gosh, that sounds really freaking good right now. Okay, I'm not getting a Quest bar anytime soon because I'll probably so do that and then I'll be addicted and you'll see me eating it every day. Maybe in the fall. Maybe in the fall I will do that just for fun and try it. That sounds amazing, Lauren. Thank you. Do you have a channel, Lauren Lachelle? Like, are you a keto YouTuber? I'm just curious. She has a cute little profile picture. Let's see. Oh, and in the air fryer too. I don't have an air fryer. I need to get one. And maybe I'll get one for Dave for his birthday. Dave, are you on here? Happy birthday. He's probably on here. He's going to watch it later. He watches all my videos. But that sounds cool. So she cuts them into squares, puts them in the air fryer for 400 degrees for 4 minutes only, and it makes cookies. My life just got a whole different level right here. You guys, never buy a Quest bar again. I'll be addicted. I like to eat them just in the car. Well, and I think the reason I like a Quest bar is because I can buy it at the gas station. And that is my nemesis, the gas station trips. So I know on my last video, I talked about how this week was going to be super hard because I was going to be going to the gas station and I was going to be sitting in my car. And it is the hardest thing for me to do. Sit in the car and wait for my kids at dance and not eat. I think probably 50 or 60 of the pounds I gained, or maybe even more, before keto was because I would drop the kids off at their various homeschool classes or dance classes. And then instead of like reading a book or watching a YouTube video, I would go to Dairy Queen and get a peanut butter parfait and fries. So I like have cutting that out of my life, eating while waiting, has been the biggest thing I have done for my weight loss and also the hardest. And so I still have that. When I go into the gas station, I want to buy something. Right now, I'll buy myself a Coke Zero and call it good. But every single time I go in there, I went in there yesterday, I'm fighting the major urge to buy a Quest bar and some peanuts. I want to do it every time I walk in the door. Every single time. And so that's why I like a Quest bar, because it's something, a treat that I can buy at the local gas station that satisfies me, that craving of wanting to eat in the car while I'm waiting for my kids. Oh, you guys, yesterday was a bear. It was really hard. And I locked my keys in the car with the car running. I was sitting outside my car in the heat for 45 minutes while I waited for Dave to come and white knight me out of the situation. With no Quest bar. It was hard. And I have 3 more days of sitting in my car for 3 hours in the heat and not eating a Quest bar. It is hard, you guys. But I told you I wasn't going to do it. And you guys are my accountability too. On my weight loss weigh-in on Saturday, I swore to you that I was not going to get a Quest bar. And I am not. Do you feel my strength in my action goal here, guys? It is hard. So after this week, I may need a refeed day just to cope with the stress that this week has been. But I am definitely trying to remember my electrolytes. Yesterday, I didn't do as good of a job because I forgot to take it with me. I need to make sure I take it with me this time because that was part of the problem, is that I was out in the heat and sweating and hungry, right? Because I needed sodium. Thankfully, I wasn't retaining water super bad this morning when I got up because I was so scared, thinking, oh my gosh, I screwed up again. I'm going to be up 6 pounds. I'm going to lose my mind. And every time I go up 6 pounds, I have to tell you guys. And I hate things I don't have control over. When I'm doing super great, the scale should always cooperate, right? When I'm doing not super great, then I understand. But when I'm doing super great. All right. All right. She's like gag at the cookies. Wendy, you're so funny. Just do it, Wendy. Do a video. We want to see Wendy eat her deathly not loved Quest bars in the waffle maker. Come on, you can do it. Just one. If you don't like it, you can make Henry eat the rest, right? He'll eat anything. You should do it. All right. Bye, Wendy. See ya. Hey, Carly's mama. Baking the perfect keto bars is a great way to make it go a little further too, because it makes it into crispy cookies. Okay. Interesting. You can dip them in your yogurt. Yeah, okay. I've never tried that either. How do I keep the scale moving? I've been stuck for 6 months. I just started backtracking with your macros. I know I still have fat to lose. That's the only way, like I talked about before, is getting your calorie deficit low enough that your body like lets you do it. If you've been kind of holding in a holding pattern for 6 months and you really reduce that calorie level, you'll probably lose really quick. That seems to be, I mean, that's what I did. I kept my I was kind of stuck and going up a little bit for 9 months. And then I went back on this extreme deficit and boom, whew, dropped so much weight. And I look so much different. It's weird. My swimsuits don't fit. Everybody keeps telling me about Amazon. So I put one in my cart. I found a cute one I think might work. I just hate not being able to try stuff on, and I hate returning stuff. So like the Amazon trying on and returning stuff isn't my favorite thing to do. So I'm really hoping that the one I buy when I get paid tomorrow will fit and will look good. It's hard to know what will look good. Yay, Wendy! She said she's going to do a Quest bar video just for me. I love you. She's the best. Sabrina, you're here at the very end. I'm about to leave. Do you have any questions for me, girl? So Flowers for Wonder Girl Sabrina is one of the best people. You know, I have a few people that really follow me on all my channels and like really are supportive, and Sabrina is one of them, and Lisa Sums is another. I have some really diehard fans that have been following me from the beginning. I mean, I've lost a few. I have noticed you guys that have left me. Trust me, I have noticed. But there are a few who have stuck with me through thicker and thinner, and also follow me on my family channel, which is called Hide and Seek, HYDE. So if you guys like watching family vlogs and just seeing the stress of my daily life and me falling apart and me having fun, those are the days that I have a bit. Oh, you just distracted me with that. Thank you. Christine Keto on for the $10 super chat. You are the best. I love you. She's doing so awesome. Are you making videos, Christine? I haven't checked. If she's making videos, you guys should go check out her channel right now. Go click it. Okay, there's lots of questions now all of a sudden. Okay, I'll keep talking for a minute, but I do need to go back to doing it. Am I doing Fage Greek yogurt this time? Yes. Yes and no. Ever since I kind of got on the custard bandwagon, I've kind of cut back on my yogurt, but I've been having it probably once a week, maybe twice. So yes, I'm still having it. But I really like that keto custard, and so I've just been addicted to that, and it seems to really work. It's working, so I've been doing it to get my protein in, because it's 30 grams. in one shake, plus the 2 eggs. So that's like 40 grams of protein in one thing. It's like killer awesome. So yeah, I do eat it still. Is it bad to weigh yourself every day? I weigh myself every day, but it doesn't bother me when the scale goes up and down. If it's causing you to have a bad mood when the scale goes up, then you probably shouldn't. You should probably do it only when you're ready to record your weight. And at the same time, each week or each month, same part of your cycle, and also on an empty stomach after you have used the restroom in the morning is the best time in the nude. That's how I do it. And yes, sometimes you can see that in the reflection. The stuff we tell people at the end. If you're still here, you get to find that out. Now everybody's going to be looking at the thing, trying to see if they can see my boohund. Nope. I reduced the shadows on it so you can't see anything. Aisha Ali is here from Pakistan. Oh my gosh, she's lost 30 kilograms. Congrats. Welcome. That's awesome. Rosie C says, is it possible to gain 5 pounds overnight eating keto treats? Yes. Yes, it is. But it's all water. If you kept your calories at a reasonable level and you didn't eat like 6,000 calories, or like it takes 3,500 extra calories to gain a pound of fat. So no, you can't gain 5 pounds of fat overnight. But if you overdo it on the keto treats, especially if your body is sensitive to anything that's in them, like the sweeteners or the nuts, it can send you on a water weight gain. And it will take a week or so for it to go back down. So don't panic. If you do a refeed day when I say refeed, I'm talking fats only. Keto treats. I never do carb refeeds. I just do not go that route. I don't trust myself. So when I'm eating refeed, I'm talking like higher fat day. Okay. So if you're having a treat day, the next day just expect to be up. Okay. Because you will. But it's water and it will come back off if you just keep going. Sabrina says she's going to be emailing me soon. Okay. You're awesome. Christina, good to see you. She's awesome too. Christina, are you making videos? You should be if you're not. Christine Keto On says she's not making videos, but she should start. You should. I'd watch it. The custard thing is in every video I've been making recently. But it's basically you take 2 eggs. Okay, the way I make it. Take 2 eggs and whip them up with a dash of salt and a squirt of sweetener. I use the Walmart stevia erythritol, but you can use whatever kind of sweetener you like. 1 squirt. Whip it up till it's nice and you can see all the whites have mixed in with the yolks. Really nice. I tend to use my older eggs so that the yolks are kind of thinner and less grabby. I don't know how to explain it. I use farm fresh eggs. If they're 2 weeks old, they tend to be flatter. The yolks are flatter. Anyway, that whips up better. And then I just pour an entire Quest or Premier protein shake in it, the entire thing, whip it up. And if I'm doing vanilla, I'll add in a little vanilla. I've been adding in like 10 grams of slivered almonds, which is really good. I've done like 3 grams of unsweetened coconut, which is really good. Just kind of, I think Wendy Barron did one with chocolate. She added something to it. I'm thinking about putting chocolate chips in like at some point when I'm ready to eat more calories. And then I bake it in the microwave. Okay, bake it. I cook it in the microwave for 3.5 minutes. Then I let it sit for like a minute while I'm doing other things, while I'm making my bacon and my cheese. I let it sit in the microwave. Then I zap it again for 30 seconds. That seems to be like the optimal, because like it gets really bubbly, and if you let it keep cooking when it's bubbling up, it gets holes in it. But if you watch for when it gets bubbly and you stop it and let the bubbles like relax out of it for a minute and then zap it again, it gets really like firm texture. So that's my tips on the keto custard. And it's not mine. It was from Karen Oderkirk, who is a poster on both my Keto Chaos group and on the Protein Prioritized Dirty Keto group, which I also participate in. So, yeah. Anyway, I hate paying price for the shake too, Karen. They are expensive. They are expensive, but they taste so good. At first I thought I can't afford that, but then there's 3 packs of shakes in my fridge. I can't stop buying them now. I'm trying, but I'm addicted to it. I don't know why. But that's the recipe. I hope you guys loved it. But yes, you can use Premier Protein. Anything that's got 11 ounces of shake pre-made. So you can make your own, like with protein powder, but you just have to figure out the ratio that works the best. It's like 11 ounces of liquid protein shake is what, how those Quest shakes are. I use the Quest ones because they're cheaper, but they're literally the same thing. I'm sure you could use the Equate ones as well. And I'm sorry your YouTube's not, I hope it's not me that's disappearing. Terry Lee says, you look so cute and you've done so well. Thank you. Renault Robinson says, hey, Tammy, love you, girl. Hi. Oh my gosh, Christine, you had back surgery this week? Oh, she gained 9 pounds, but already went back down 5 of those pounds. Oh yeah, if you have any kind of surgery at all, even like dental surgery, your body will inflame. You will retain water. It's just natural. Plus, I retain water if I look cross-eyed at the wall. If I ever have surgery, I'll probably put on 25 pounds in a night. Who knows? Yeah, carbs will do it to you. So don't let yourself go on the carb bandwagon. If you're trying to get back off, go cold turkey and just get it done. Get your sodium in. Do it. You could probably put collagen powder in the custard to make it firmer. You could try that. I tried xanthan gum and that was an utter fail. It tastes gross. It made it taste like it was chicken flavor. Oh no, I can't even. No, don't do xanthan gum, guys. Don't do it. It's bad. But collagen powder might work, especially if you do like chocolate collagen powder in the chocolate shake. I don't have any on hand right now, or I'd try it. The plain collagen powder has a chickeny taste. It's a savory taste. So if you're gonna use it, use the chocolate flavor. I wouldn't do the plain. Ooh. I tried that once in like Crio Bru. Oh, utter fail. It was gross. I actually do have some plain. I never use it because I probably need to put it in soup. I keep forgetting to tell Dave to put a scoop in my soup to make it thicker. I need to do that. I'm going to do that this week. I'm going to try really hard to do that this week. Thanks for the reminder. All right. Okay, guys, I got to go. Again, thank you for the super chat. Christine, you're sweet as heck, and I hope you're feeling better and your surgery went well, and I love all of you guys, and I love checking in with you. It makes me super nervous every week, and I just appreciate you guys getting me out of my comfort zone and making me feel appreciated. You're the best. I love you all so much, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.